Hi and welcome to this week's episode of the Daydream District Interview. And again, we have a very interesting guest for you. It's Matteo Pisani, the guy who hacked the Daydream motion controller and who is now developing a universal driver so it can be used in any kind of application on any device. My name is Sebastian, I'm your go-to guy for anything Daydream VR, running this channel called Daydream District, and if this is your first time here, go and subscribe right away if you're interested in Daydream VR. So without further ado, let's jump right into the interview. So today I can say hello to Matteo Pisani. He's the CTO of Remoria VR. Hi Matteo, how are you doing?
Hi Sebastian, cool.
Good, great. Thanks so much for taking your time for this interview. So to all the viewers who don't know Matteo, Matteo has hacked the Daydream motion controllers. Congratulations to that. Exactly, here we are. So please tell us a bit why you hacked the Daydream motion controllers.
For sure. So Daydream went out in the market with a closed environment. So developers are able to use this amazing controller only with Android devices. In particular, only with the latest Android devices, with the latest Daydream-compatible smartphones. So my goal was to jailbreak this chain and allow people to use this controller with all the platforms. So I started from porting the hack, bringing compatibility of Google Daydream controller from Android to iOS, and after I decided to convert this hack and extend compatibility of this hack from iOS to Linux. And after this, I was able to duplicate the hack and use two Daydream controllers on a Linux machine.
Wow, that's incredible. That is really cool. So tell us a bit more about yourself. How come you can do that? Because not many people could do that. Why can you do that?
Yeah, it's easy to answer to your question because I started disassembling toys since I was a child. And my curiosity helped me to grow fast, and that's it. I started talking with computers when I was very young. I started programming when I was a teenager, and after I improved my skills after university, I participated to several hackathons. I win some of them. And I'm a curious man, and
okay. You're a curious man, and you're a hacker.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
I like to see what is inside the stuff.
Okay, you want to know how stuff works.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So I suppose you also studied like electrical engineering or something, or
Yeah, sincerely, I started university, but I never finished it because I tried more interesting to build myself with my own passion, not with other people's passion. So
okay.
I read a lot of books. I studied a lot of programming languages. And when someone asked to me, what can I say, what's your job? I answer, my job is connecting stuff that has not a connection with code, with electronic stuff, and so on.
Okay, nice. So you are working for a company called Remoria VR. Could you tell us a bit more what you're doing there, or what is the company about?
For sure. Remoria VR produces input devices for mobile virtual reality. We started the 1 year ago, about 1 year ago in March of 2016, and we developed controller. It's similar to Daydream, but Daydream was announced on May. We started 3 months before.
Okay.
Google announced the Daydream controller. So we have some. Our controller has a little more functionalities than Daydream. For example, we have haptic feedback on dual channel, so we can perform haptic feedback on the controller, and we can receive input from a game, an application, and we are able to make it vibrate.
Okay, got it. Cool. So you're making a mobile controller yourself. So
Yeah.
of course, with that knowledge, it's perfect for you to hack the motion controller.
Yeah, we said a lot. I can say all the Bluetooth LE panorama, and we went in deep to achieve all the phases of this kind of monster called
Okay.
Bluetooth.
Good. So now let's talk a bit more about your hack.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. So yeah, I have read your articles that you have written, and it's very interesting to read those articles. Actually, for all those who have not read the articles, I'm going to link them in this article that I'm going to write about this interview. And when I read it, I was thinking like, oh my goodness, I'm reading some kind of publication.
Yeah. I tried.
Do you want to publish this on a conference?
Maybe yes. Yeah, it will be cool.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
read like, okay, this is like an article. This guy is making his PhD or something. Really cool. So so you hacked that motion controller. So first, it could be used on iOS devices, right? This was
Yeah.
the first step.
Yeah, the first step, because iOS devices are under-evaluated to be used in VR experiences. So we find that iPhones are a really great smartphone to enjoy VR experiences. So since there was no controller for iPhone, I decided to create my own. And this prototype, the last year, became Lignum and became the actual controller we sell today.
Okay.
So on the basis of these, I inherited all the knowledge to open
Okay.
protocol of Google Daydream. And I started from sniffing some Bluetooth packets and tried to reverse engineer all the encoding that Google used to cipher or maybe to encrypt that packets.
Okay.
And on the top of these, I created a sort of decoder that allowed me to clean the packet, to separate stuff. You maybe know that inside this kind of controller, there's a 3-axis motion sensors.
Yes.
So there's accelerometer data, magnetometer data, gyroscope data, and so on. Each of these sensors has a set of 3 coordinates. So we have x, y, and x, y, and zeta. There are a lot of data that this controller put out of itself.
I think so.
Yeah, and when the data. When I received data, I found a little bit confusing scenario in front of me, and I started to make things clear step by step. I create this encoder. I tried some offset, and I aligned my my target. After a few tries, I was able to decode all the stuff and to use an algorithm called AHRS that helped me to create a fluid 3D orientation tracking, and I put this coordinate set of coordinates inside a WebGL view called iframe, that I find really interesting and really cool as an open source project. And that's it. I found a 3D model, 3D object of the Dream controller online. I downloaded it. I coded a little bit graphic user interface around this hack, and I create a data visualization of this.
Wow, it's so simple. No man, Matteo, this is really complicated. I think like this is really incredible that you can do this. So how long did it take you to reverse engineer the motion controller?
So 1 day to create the driver, and another day to create the encoder and to visualize the data.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. I'm just wondering, so once you use the packet sniffer to see the data, basically you have no idea what is what data, right?
Yeah, but in this case, I found a big problem, and I started to to break this problem in little problems.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah. So.
Okay, cool. You divided it and conquered it. Perfect. Yeah. Nice. So I'm wondering, when the Google engineers, when they built this motion controller, and when they send out this data, the 3 axis, don't they somehow encode that data, or is it like really raw data?
Let me spend a few words about this.
Okay.
Since we are mobile, we are controller experts.
Yeah.
I can answer in detail to your question. So Bluetooth LE has some limits in throughput. Okay. So the standard Bluetooth LE standards oblige people to use packets, Bluetooth packets of a certain weight or a certain length. So you can't go out of this length. If not, the packet will be split and the band won't be efficient. Okay, so the band use won't be efficient. Google found a solution to cipher with a light encoding this data to send it through a 20-byte packet. That's the standard size of a Bluetooth LE packet. They use a protocol, it's called GET, generic attribute, that's a Bluetooth LE standard. And they set a channel to send this data from a Daydream to other devices. And through this channel will be established communication, will be established the data exchange. That's it. Google, I think, for sure was able to encode data, but they didn't encode data for performance
reasons.
So, yeah, question.
Okay, well, good for you and good for us, the community.
I think maybe Google will encrypt data in the future firmware releases, but this don't scare me.
Okay, good. You will crack it for sure. If it only took you 1 or 2 days to crack it.
I can say it's a sort of it's a game. It's a test for me.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure you can crack it.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Yeah, I think that was already a very good challenge to crack that in the first place. So perfect. So basically, well, what I can tell from your articles, basically you completely understand everything about this controller now, right? Everything.
Yeah. Thing is, I am able to clone all the hardware of this Daydream controller in another hardware, and to reproduce all the software stack and all the firmware stack.
So everything.
So I can maybe create a Daydream compatible controller.
Okay, That is actually one of the main questions that I have in this interview. What
Okay.
exactly it is? Could you do a third-party Daydream motion controller?
For sure. Thing is, Nintendo has, for example, Wiimote with his brand, Nintendo brand. But there are a lot of agencies like Blades, Mad Cats, and so on.
Nikio,
The
yes.
second, third party agencies that produces compatible controllers for other console platforms. So that's it. We are able to do this.
Okay, this is perfect. So because like the community, they want this motion controller, but not from Google, because they don't want to be forced to buy the Daydream View headset. Yeah, because probably we have some other headsets, right? Like,
Yeah. Let me spend a few words about this. Google strategy was a good strategy to put a controller with an headset. But in this market, in particular in the mobile VR market, there's a big fragmentation because everyone is creating its own toy, and this is a problem. Why? Because if we have 100 controllers, we will have 100 SDKs, we will have 100 different kind of implementation and so on. So developers will be penalized. And my message with this hack was, please be open and create a standard for everyone, so we can use all the controllers with the same protocol, and we can communicate with the same all smartphones with the same app or with different games, but using the same communication protocol. So we developers, I told as a developer, we developers can map one input for all the apps, for all the platforms, and for all the controllers.
exactly, that's a great message to Google. So Google, if you watch this now, yeah,
Yeah.
you just heard Matteo give you a good message, and I totally believe in the same message. So why don't you do it? Why don't you sell your controller? Why don't you make it like compatible to Daydream?
Yeah, we are working on it. We want to create a standard because mobile virtual reality doesn't have a standard. So our controller is a message to Google, because we are an open source company, and maybe in near future also an open hardware company, and we want to make a communication layer between mobile VR controllers, and we are releasing Lignum in an open source way to allow people to use a standard and to adopt a standard and to enjoy with facilities the development of a video game or a VR experience in general.
Okay, cool. So the controller that your company is selling is called Lignum.
Yeah.
Lignum, and I can order it now.
Not now because we are in production.
Okay.
So we finished the I think less than 1 month ago the engineering of the prototype. So we are in production now. But as you maybe know, these days there's a sort of Chinese festival in China.
Yeah, Chinese New Year. Yeah.
Yeah, New Year, yeah, and all is blocked
Yes.
there, so we are blocked too.
Okay, got it. So you said this controller, your motion controller, it basically it has haptic feedback like a vibration, and what other input does it have?
Basically, it has 3 buttons, but it has button gestures, so you can perform short click, long press, double click on each button, We support button combinations. For example, if in your game you want to implement a grab action, you can push 3 buttons and you can simulate a grab action. And we have that's it. We have also motion gestures sampled directly on the controller. We have 24 different kind of motion gestures. So if you imagine in the middle of a cube with the controller, you can reach all the position in 3 dimensions. So for example, forward, backward, left, right, up, down, and also forward, right, forward, left, and also forward, up, left, forward, up, right, and so on. So it has 3 different layers of intensity. And for example, if you imagine a samurai game with a sword, you can emulate a sword fighting game.
Okay, got it. Great. And how are you going to sell the controller? Is it going to be like a Kickstarter campaign, or are you going to sell it directly via your homepage, via your page? Or?
We are evaluating our marketing channels because we had previous experiences with Kickstarter. It needs a lot of marketing and so on. Maybe we will perform a Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign, and for sure we will promote the selling of our controller soon.
Okay.
Yeah, we will have a electronic shop on our website, so people can buy directly from our shop.
Got it.
Our control. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So I think if you would include some kind of hack into your controller, where you just input some kind of secret code, and then it will be a Daydream controller, I'm sure you would sell many more.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, great. So awesome. So now tell us a bit more about your hack. So you made it compatible for iOS devices. Then the next step was you made it compatible for any Linux device. And now you managed to use 2 of the motion controllers at the same time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the advantage of the porting from iOS to Linux of my hack is that I use cross-compatible, cross-platform language, Node.js. So it will be easy to package this hack and porting this from Linux to Mac, and also to Mac from Mac to Windows. So it will be a universal driver. I call a universal driver for a Daydream controller. So just plug your USB dongle, or maybe a lot of laptop has already a Bluetooth LE chipset inside. Just turn on your Bluetooth, run this standalone driver, universal driver, and enjoy the communication between an amazing controller and tons of opportunities. So just think that you can develop VR stuff or also 3D stuff directly in your browser, and it will be easy, extremely easy to create stuff with this environment.
Okay, great. So is it this driver, is it already available?
Not soon, because I'm working on it. I'm working on extending it, and maybe I will make things more serious soon, because I'm developing Unity 3D driver to allow people to use Google Daydream inside Unity directly for testing and debugging stuff in the IDE, and also to build and to deploy games, the same game with Daydream compatibility on both iOS and Android.
That's incredible, because most of the games are made in Unity anyways. So yeah, people who would like to make a game for iOS, for example, they don't have access to that controller because it will only work with the Google SDK. So, but you, with your controller, basically you will open it up for anybody to use that controller. Incredible. And you're just doing it for free for the community.
Yeah,
For the hacker spirit.
Yeah, it's my goal. It's my goal.
Nice, that's incredible, Matteo. Fantastic. So, well, so you still have lots of things to do with that controller. Basically, you still want to do the Unity driver, and then afterwards, what's your next project? What's the next thing you want to hack?
I don't know. But my goal is to create a standard, mobile VR controller standard,
Wow, that's
to
great.
allow people to create one code for all the controllers. Because if not, will be a chaos, and people won't enjoy develop video games
Got
from
it.
VR,
Yeah, I got it. That
and
makes sense.
the users will be penalized.
Yes, correct. Okay, cool. I have one last question. I'm wondering if you, for example, or if anybody else would make this kind of third-party controller for Daydream. Will you run into some legal problems with Google? Is it a problem if you would do so?
I don't know. I don't know sincerely, but I think that maybe someone is building a Daydream compatible controller in somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know Google how will react to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should try it. Well,
Yeah.
if just let me know once you're ready, and then I can also promote your controller on Daydream District, and I'm sure the community would love to buy your controller. And I think it's a really, really cool hack. I think it's one of the coolest hacks that I have read or come across for a long time. So really awesome, and I really also enjoy to to read your articles about it. So anybody who has not read Matteo's articles about his hack, do it, read it. It's totally interesting to see how Matteo hacked the motion controller. And when I read it, it feels, wow, it's so complicated, but for you it seems so easy, so incredible. Do you want to work for one of the big guys like Google in the future, or would you prefer to do your own thing like you do now?
I don't know, but maybe I want to make my Google.
Oh, that is good. That is even better.
A pretty ambitious guy.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. So let's keep in touch for sure, and let's watch what you're doing, how you do your own Google. And yeah, it was incredible to speak with you. Thanks for the interview.
Thanks to you. See you, and thank you for your time, Sebastian.
Sure, we'll keep in touch.
For sure.
And that's it already for this week's interview. I hope you found it just as interesting as I did, and Matteo is definitely a guy to watch in the VR industry, and all the best of luck for making your own Google. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments in the comment section below, and of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, do so now.